Hello Steno candidates, I am Ravina. Welcome to your own YouTube channel Lotus Steno Legal Matters. I am going to dictate you Steno Legal Matters. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for more dictations. So be ready for the dictation. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start.
I am indebted to brothers Sri Chandra and CSP Singh for the opinions they have prepared, which I had the benefit of perusing. They have very delicately reviewed almost whole of the law and have very ably arrived at certain conclusions on the vexed questions which have defied solution and have been a prolific source of litigation in the subordinate courts and in the High Court without end. The decided cases of this court noticed by my learned brothers show that despite all efforts we have only succeeded in cooking a soup of varied hue and color, and nobody has been the wiser as to what it is and what it tastes like. I share the view of brother CSP Singh that the situation calls for modification of the relevant rules for achieving clarity and definiteness. There is no denying the fact that in the day-to-day working of the subordinate courts in the exercise of their civil jurisdiction, the problems posed will always arise in the disposal of the cases on the adjourned dates, and the arise sooner the modification is done, the better it would be for all, considering the importance of the questions referred. I would like to add a few words of my own. Next para. Where in a case to which Rule 2 does not apply, any party to a suit to whom time has been granted fails to produce his evidence, or to cause attendance of his witnesses, or to perform any other act necessary to the further progress of the suit for which time has been allowed, the court may, notwithstanding such default, proceed to decide the suit forthwith. Rule 3 as amended by this court comes into play in a case to which Rule 2 does not apply. Thus, the cases which are covered by Rule 2 of Order 17 will not fall within the ambit of Rule 3. Naturally, it has to be found out first what are the cases which would be governed by Rule 2. Next para. Where on any day to which the hearing of the suit is adjourned, parties or any of them fail to appear, the court may proceed to dispose of the suit in one of the modes directed in that behalf by Order 9, or make such other order as it thinks fit. Where the evidence or a substantial portion of the evidence of any party has already been recorded and such party fails to appear on such day, the court may in its discretion proceed with the case as if such party were present and may dispose of it on merits. Next dictation. The difficulty, however, arises when a party which is treated or deemed as present and does not do anything or engages a counsel for the purpose of making any application on the adjourned date will its case fall out of the ambit of Rule 2 and the court will have no power to dispose of the suit in one of the modes directed in that behalf by Order 9 ? The amendment made by this court is clear in one respect, that the court at its discretion and dispose of a suit if the party which is absent has already adduced its evidence wholly or substantially, either in one of the modes allowed by Order 9 of CPC, or can make any other order it thinks fit stop. In such a case also Rule 3 will not apply, as it would be covered by Rule 2 stop. Next para. If, however, a party is present but does not do anything, it cannot be said to have failed to appear, that is, it cannot be said to be absent on the adjourned date, and it is a party to whom time had not been granted to do anything as envisaged by Rule 3. Its case then poses a problem stop. Since it is not absent and thus has not failed to appear, strictly speaking, the court cannot proceed to dispose of the suit in one of the modes directed in that behalf by Order 9, or make such other order as the court thinks fit stop. Likewise will be the case of the party which is represented by a counsel only to make an application, who then withdraws and does not do anything else for the furtherance of the suit, and which party has also not taken time to do any of the acts envisaged by Rule 3 stop. Next para. The situation described above in the case of a party gives rise to a conundrum stop. Since the party is not absent and has not failed to appear, it can be said to fall out of Rule 2, but at the same time Rule 3 would not be attracted, as it is not a party which has taken time to do any of the acts envisaged by Rule 3 stop. It is this situation which has defied solution, and the situation calls for reconsideration and framing of clear and precise rules, since it is our amendments which have created the deadlock stop. Next para. So long as Rules 2 and 3 stand as they are defectively, though, I venture to suggest that within bracket 1 Rule 3 cannot be restored to where the parties or any of them is absent, even though on the previous date the hearing of the suit was adjourned for granting to both or to any one of them time to produce evidence or witnesses or perform any other act necessary to the further progress of the suit stop.